Hi, you join me in the beautiful town of Split. There is a lot to do here, there are so many people, and it's a Sunday today, so it should be a nice day to start exploring it. Our plan consists of going from our Airbnb apartment, prime location one, towards the coast, the Green Market, the Old Town, and in the Old Town I do really intend on seeing the tomb with the Sphinx, wow, as well as a few things such as the old cathedral, the promenade, and just doing general shopping. It is a Sunday, so most of the touristy things aren't open, but the Old Town is fully functional. I was assured that by our host. Having said that, let's get on with today because the sun is getting high, it is getting nice and warm, and I'm ready to explore. Hi, believe it or not, Split is the second largest of the Croatian cities with a population of roughly 200,000 people. And with such a mass of people, there is a few difficulties such as trying to keep up with amenities, transport, shops, etc. But this Green Market is one of the pinnacles of the city and it's kind of at its heart. It's a market that has been run for a very, very long time, and mainly it has stuff such as fruit, vegetables, nuts, olive oil, wine, kind of local produce that have been created by the locals to be sold to the locals. It's very nice because it brings money into the local community rather than a big chain such as Tommy's Supermarket. And the food is really good as well. It's nearly all kind of organic, very low pesticides, and it looks imperfect, which makes it even more appealing for someone like me. But believe it or not, this market has spread and grown a bit bigger in the past few years, and it has a lot more produce such as t-shirts, clothes, souvenirs, things for the tourists who kind of enjoy and like. Anyways, I've done a massive shopping spree. The food is back in my apartment and I'm going back into the walled part of the city, which is even more north. So come along with me. So going from the Green Market even more north, we're going to the antique flea market, which is found right after this park Urla. I'm not sure, I'll put a name on the screen. And beside this, you can see the antique walls of the old city town. We're going to go in there in a bit. But we're just going to make our way around because the weather's lovely. There are so many tour guides here and this seems like a nice area. Believe it or not, but Split was actually used in Game of Thrones as city of Meereen as well as Bravos. So it has a lot of history, a lot of filming locations and really nice buildings. I'm looking forward to seeing it, but let's check out the flea market now. Hopefully it's open. I'm not 100% sure on that. Hi, I am on top of Marjan Park, which is kind of a park very near to the Split city centre. It's in walking distance, you can probably get here maybe an hour max. The viewpoint here is pretty phenomenal. You have a viewpoint on two sides of Split, I guess, the main old town, the city centre on that side, which is more south. On the other side of the park, you have kind of a lagoon, a bay area, and you have another city. I believe it's towards Trogir. You can see it from here. And yeah, the viewpoints are pretty phenomenal, and it's really nice here. Thing that I've found quite unique about this place is that unlike parks such as the ones in Dublin, London and most of mainland Europe, I've been to quite a few, this one, even though it's a Sunday, it's surprisingly really quiet. There's pretty much nobody else here. There's a few tourists from like this train and a few other ones, but it's super quiet. You can basically hear the wind, hear the crickets and hear the nature. It's phenomenal. I'm very surprised by this, and I really can appreciate it. So Marjan Park and Split, top notch. We are now approaching the Diocletian Palace, which, believe it or not, is one of the best and most well-preserved Roman structures in the world today. It's meant to be very massive and very impressive. I'll tell you what I think about it myself, but I'm really looking forward to it because right behind it you have the cathedral, oldest cathedral in the world, Catholic. Like what? It's pretty impressive, and it's going to be a great day. Believe it or not, but behind me is the Cathedral of St. Dominus. It is the oldest Catholic cathedral in the world, built in the 7th century AD, and it stands proud and loud in the center of the old town. It's right behind me now. The really cool thing about this cathedral is that it's being upkept every single year, and it's getting renovated currently. And one other cool thing is that, do you see the bell tower right behind me? You can actually just go up to the very top for a price of €4. On Sundays, it's open from 12 noon. Yeah, that's like a cool experience where you can overlook the whole city for just the price of €4. Be part of the history, people. Right behind me is Jupiter's temple. This is the last of the remaining. This is the last one of the 3 temples that were once in the old town. And in front of it there is the Sphinx without the head. Believe it or not, but that Sphinx is actually 3.6 thousand years old. It's super old, from the Egyptian times, and it's beautiful. I'm not 100% sure on the whole history about this place. There's a lot of myths and even more legends, but it's rather beautiful, and the piece of history here is so incredible. And the coolest thing is, you see the Sphinx behind me. If you just turn around 180 degrees, there is the Cathedral of St. Dominus. They pretty much overlook each other. So if you're there in the bell tower, you can pretty much see the Sphinx and Temple of Jupiter. I'm sure there was some kind of theory behind it and reason why they laid everything out in this way, because everything in the Roman times had some kind of point and some kind of purpose. Right now you join me on the Riva, which is a promenade, or I guess the boardwalk, just along the coast. Here you have a huge amount of restaurants, vendors, cafes, shops, sellers, everything you can imagine. It's a rather lovely place to be. It's huge, it's wide, and there's always life going on here. It's really nice here. The prices are a bit higher than other parts of the city, but because it is a touristic location, that's understandable. Apart from that, I'm really happy with it. I'm definitely going to walk down to the bottom and just enjoy the whole experience. So, although the town of Split, the inner old town, is super pedestrianised, there is no cars at all, and it's walkable. It is very unpaved. There is rough cobblestone everywhere. It is slippy, so you do need to be careful, and especially if you don't have amazing mobility, if you have a walking cane, wheelchair, etc., it can be a bit dangerous. But having said that, you might get lost in it very easily, because what you see on the maps and what Google Maps also tells you is completely different to what the locals call the places. They have nicknames to these different squares, streets, alleyways that are just known by the locals. So if they give you directions, you're gonna get lost, but that adds to the flavor of it. And remember, just keep on walking downhill and you'll make the sea. The National Theatre, found here in Split, right behind me, is a really big spectacle in the city. Shows going on daily with performances. You can walk around it and it's just beautiful. It's a really nice building and it's kind of in the heart of the old town. It's pretty cool and it always seems to be buzzing with life. I will confess that my family and I may have kind of got slightly lost in all these streets. We are looking for a vegan food place, but apparently it's closed down now, and yeah, we got lost in alleys. But here's a handy tip that you probably didn't know about Split. All the roads leading downhill in the town are facing the sea. So if you ever want to go to the promenade or the boardwalk or even a boat, the bus station is also right by the sea. Go down the hills facing downwards. Downhill hills go to the sea. That's a really cool fact. And one other thing, currency wise, €1 is roughly 7.46 Croatian kunas currently. It fluctuates. You're roughly talking about 30 kuna is €4. As my time here in Split is coming to the end, I'm going to slowly tell you a bit about the culture here and the people, because that's a really important part. You see, when traveling to a different country, especially that speaks a different language and different currency, you really do need to take everything into consideration. Here, the people are super nice, very laid back in the aspect of you don't really get angry at anything. Everything's like, okay, I missed the bus, I'll get to the next one. It's kind of chill. Bus drivers just let you off wherever you want. It's pretty strange, but really nice. It's affordable, not ridiculously cheap, but it's affordable. I haven't dined at any restaurants or cafes, apart from coffee, just because I eat a vegan diet and there's not many of them here. There are prominently meat eaters here. So we've kind of spent most of our time cooking ourselves in our little apartment. It's been nice. It's been really nice. It's been easy. It's been affordable. The food here has been good. Not a lot of vegan options in Split itself. The bigger shops around the surrounding area are better. And now another aspect is, how do you actually feel in a country? Well, here, most people are fairly, well off in the Split. They're not super poor or super rich. It's just in the middle area, which is grand because there doesn't seem to be many people trying to rob you, or trying to hustle you, or trying to just basically take advantage of you, which is phenomenal. In Mostar there was quite a few pickpocketers, and well, cars here are pretty decent. There's a few older ones, but mainly it's normal cars 2010 and above. It's pretty nice. I'm really enjoying this whole area and this experience as a whole. The next aspect I need to cover is cleanliness. You see, the old town is a UNESCO heritage site, so it's kept very clean. It's clean, there is no rubbish on the streets, it's very nice, no graffiti, no public urination, no bathing suits, etc. Very nice. But outside of it, it's a different story. You see, we do have bins everywhere. However, you do see rubbish on the streets, on the grass, on the parks, just everywhere you walk, even dog poop and other stuff like that, which is a bit strange to me because it's such a divide between the old town and everything else. And this kind of can play a role in the way the buildings look. You see, even apartments, houses, everything from the outside doesn't look very well upkept. It looks a bit in a ruin, like it hasn't been lived in for 10-15 years, although they have been. And I'm not sure what it is. Maybe it's because there is a whole time aspect. Nobody has enough time to paint the house, to do a tiny bit of renovation. Maybe it's a money aspect. I'm not 100% sure on the average income here. But it could also be a thing of, I guess, laziness and just not actually caring. That's another aspect. I know a lot of countries in kind of Southeast Europe are more of the not caring aspect and just living until it kind of falls apart. But it's something really strange. So a thing that I've found quite unique about this place is that, unlike, oh my gosh, give me a second.